How you doing? My name is Keller Douglas. I'm in Dr. Cresson's finance class. We will be discussing our financial analysis of our three different industries. So the objectives are we're going to take three different industries. We're going to take 5 companies within those industries, analyze them financially, and then we're going to decide which company we like out of each industry, and then we will take each one of those 3 from those industries and decide which one we like the most. The 3 different industries we'll be discussing are internet media, soft drink and ice, and the sugar, grain, and oilseed production. The 6 areas of financial analysis we'll be discussing are short-term solvency, which will be measuring a company's liquidity, long-term solvency, which is their financial leverage, asset management, profitability, market value, and cash flows. Short-term solvency, we'll be using the current ratio, quick ratio, and cash. Long-term solvency, we'll be using equity multiplier times interest earned. Asset management, total asset turnover. Profitability, we'll be using profit margin, ROA, ROE, and the DuPont analysis, which is just the breakdown of ROE. Market value, we'll be looking at price earnings share, price earnings ratio, market to book ratio, enterprise value multiple, and the enterprise value added. For cash flows, this is just a basic definition of cash flows. It's the net amount of the cash and cash equivalents moving in and out of the business. Obviously, you're going to want these to be positive because that means that the company's liquid assets will be increasing. Negative means that their liquid assets are obviously decreasing. So first, we'll be discussing internet media. The 5 companies we decided to analyze are Netflix, Facebook, Yahoo, Twitter, and Groupon. First, we'll discuss short-term solvency. So the current ratio is your current assets divided by your current liabilities. So this, as you can see, Facebook is dominating the industry just about every year from 2012 all the way to 2016. This basically, you can see that for every dollar of liabilities they have $12 of current assets to cover those. Next is the quick ratio, which will take current assets, take out inventory, and then divide that by your current liabilities. That kind of gives you a better idea of your liquid assets over your current liabilities. And as you can see, Facebook is still dominating the industry with 11.63. And then your cash ratio is strictly your cash asset over all your current liabilities. And once again, Facebook is still dominating the industry. They're a very cash influential company. Next, we'll discuss long-term solvency. Here we have equity multiplier. Equity multiplier is your total assets divided by your total equity. So this kind of gives you an idea of how much debt you have. So here, another way of thinking about it is the equity multiplier is 1 plus your debt to equity ratio, which is your total debt divided by your total equity. So if we look at it here, you can see that Netflix has a lot of debt, and as well as Groupon. The 3 companies here that do pretty well are Facebook, Yahoo, and Twitter. They all don't really depend a whole lot on debt, which is pretty good. Times interest earned, that is going to be how well a company covers their debts. So once again here, you can see Facebook is dominating the industry. This is your operating profit, your EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, over your interest. So obviously we can see that for every dollar of interest that Facebook has, they have almost $1,500 worth of operating income to cover that interest. For asset management, we have total asset turnover, which is sales divided by total assets. This is just kind of an asset management. You can see you want this relatively high. You can see that Groupon is a little bit higher here. It's just kind of they're all, Next we'll go to profitability. Profit margin, we can see here, obviously you want this to be as maximized as greatly as possible. We can see that Facebook here, once again, owning the industry. They do a great job. Next we have return on assets, that's your ROA, that is your net income divided by your total assets. Once again, most of these companies, these are all negatives. Facebook is once again owning the industry with almost 18. Return on equity, this is another huge ratio. Obviously you want this to be as high as possible as well. That's your net income divided by your total equity. And you can see once again, Facebook is one of only 2 that have a positive ROE while also having 20 in their ROE. Here's your DuPont analysis for every company that we have in that industry. You'll see that the ROEs are broken down because your ROE equals your return on assets multiplied by your equity multiplier. So here you can see Facebook has the highest ROE out of anybody in the industry, and they do that pretty sufficiently by taking on the least amount of debt, which is very, very good. So now we're on the market value. This is your price earnings ratio. So this is basically gives you a projected amount of what your projected earnings will be in the market. Here we see that Yahoo and Netflix are both very good drivers, but we don't want this to be too high because then that's a little unattractive. Whereas Facebook is still, you know, they're positive, and you're continuously getting earnings on your stocks. Market to book ratio, this is your market value versus your book value to the company. You want this to be greater than 1, obviously. Netflix does a really good job here, but don't read too much into it. Facebook is obviously still very good with 5.6. And then, all right, enterprise value multiple. So here we have, stop.